Let me tell you what's happening when you are getting ready to study or thinking about the next day that you have to study and you start sinking into this, "Ugh, I don't feel like it" feeling. Unfortunately, a lot of people who have maybe struggled with the bar exam and then found themselves on the other side, yay, you, we share our ending of the story, but you don't get to hear a lot of the middle part, right? Where the sausage is made, the stuff that's kind of ugly. Being a bar exam mindset mentor myself, I find it is important to share some, snippets of information, give you a window into how I got through the in-between, right? How I walked through the valley before I came out on the other side. Because sometimes you just need to know that you're not alone and that other people are experiencing what you experienced, that you're not defective or something's wrong with you because you're struggling so much. It is a very common experience, but we can feel so alone simply because there's no one to share it with, no one that we can get honest with and hear the stories from. So I'm going to share with you what my experience was when I was procrastinating on bar study. The first two times I took the bar exam, I didn't even realize I was procrastinating on bar study. Everything was happening unconsciously. Not people. I had one person at the place where I was working. I had a fellowship. She tried to point out that I was being kind of lax with my studies. Um, and it was funny because she was pointing this out because I was coming into work more often than she expected me. And so she pointed it out, and I just, brushed it off. And it's not until I failed the exam twice, and then I just had to just push pause to regroup. I was forced to push pause because financially I needed to go back to work. And also I needed to really start digging up some resources to find out what could help me, right? And so during this pause, I ran into mindset coaching, and it was about not the bar exam. There was no bar exam mindset coaching up till the time I created my business. I've seen some little programs that you could buy and do at home, but like a real life person coaching you through the mental aspect of taking the bar exam, not the academics, no such thing. And even my own personal tutor, which I went ahead and got a tutor for the third time around, even he put our program on hold until I could go get my mindset together. He couldn't help me with the mindset part. He could tell me I had a problem, but he couldn't help me fix it, as many tutors will. And so they will tell you you have a problem, but they won't be able to fix it. The most they can do is try to push you through, right? And use their energy of force, or maybe whatever methods, maybe they speak to you like a drill sergeant at boot camp or whatever. But some tutors will simply say, listen, pause this, get ready for the next exam. I don't want you to waste your money, come back when you're ready, or something to that effect. And my tutor was one of those people who said, listen, I don't know what it is, but you can't be helped right now. I can't help you right now. You need to go get yourself together and come back when you're ready. And then I was completely lost. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do, because if the person I'm paying to help me can't help me, then what am I supposed to do? So it was by divine providence, really, that I ran into relationship coaching, which opened my mind to some of the concepts that you'll learn if you keep watching other channels, other videos on my channel. But I had the consciousness. I was looking for it. I was observing now. How am I moving through bar study? And I had a conversation with the coach personally, which if you can get live one-on-one time with the mindset coach, do it, okay? There are options available. The easiest way to be able to get together with me is, if you haven't already, sign up for a confidence kickstart call. It's a huge value for you, and it's a shortcut to get that insight. Otherwise, you could spend months, even years, trying to figure out what's wrong on your own. Whereas 30 minutes with a professional can give you that insight right away. So I got to have my 30 minutes. And it was completely from left field, off the wall. I would not have discovered it or remembered it or realized it without this coach walking me through the questions and answers to get me there. But I realized that I was scared of becoming an attorney for a very specific reason. Now, my personal story was um, through my fellowship and through my first, like my paralegal job, I observed the good old boys and I became really internally stricken with fear of being on the opposite end of that criticism that I was hearing in the back office, the criticism about young attorneys, attorneys of color, and female attorneys, right? In my fellowship, we were surrounded by such attorneys. And when we went to court, you could kind of see some things and hear some things happening. And in the firm where I worked as a paralegal, they were the good old boys. And I heard how they spoke. And I was really scared of being on the receiving end of that. And a part of me, I think, was always fearful of what that attorney life would look like. And so procrastinate, I did. Okay. And it wasn't until I spoke with somebody who could help me see the root of it. Now, she had nothing to do with law or the bar or anything like that. She's just mindset. And she knows how the mechanisms work. And after passing the bar exam and doing all sorts of other things, I studied the same content and body of knowledge and sharpened my own skills. So not only have I been through this mindset transformation myself, but then I went and learned the teacher's side of it and how to do it for other people. And I've been doing it for years now, helping tons of people pass the bar exam through this methodology. When I realized that I was scared of becoming an attorney, because honestly, if you graduated law school, you could pass the bar. And so if you're not passing the bar, there's something else going on. When I realized that I was scared of becoming an attorney, I was then able to understand why the part of me wanted to procrastinate when it was time to go study. Now, if you have your study materials and strategies and schedule and everything tailored to you, is good for you, it works for you, which I had. My bar tutor helped me to tailor everything. I help clients and anybody really to tailor their things with the small program I have called Bar Exam Ready. It's in the Bar Mentor store at my website. But once your studies are tailored to you, there's no longer like a practical outside reason why you might be procrastinating. So then you have to look inside. And when I thankfully got my 30 minutes with a mindset coach, and she did the shadow dance. You got to dance around the mind's protective mechanism trying to protect you, right? Because get this, if your mind is protecting you from this bad thing happening, for example, you become an attorney, you get embarrassed and kicked out of court, or you fall in love and get married, and then you're left holding the bag with, children to raise on your own. Like you will protect yourself from your dreaded fear. And if your mind comes up with this game to play to keep you from that dreaded fear, it's not going to let you unravel that game that easily. It takes someone on the outside looking in who knows how to do this maneuvering to get you past the protective mechanism so that you can see what's wrong. So without her, I wouldn't have uncovered it. But once I did uncover it, I now knew why part of me was wanting to procrastinate. And understanding is really all of it, because you are a very capable individual. We are very capable individuals. If you went through school, went through law school, you're taking the bar exam, you got resources, you have logic, you have skills, you have determination, you have grit, you have perseverance. You are a very capable individual. So once you know what's wrong, chances are you'll be able to figure out solutions you need to put in place to get yourself through. And that's what happened with me. In the time being, even though I didn't know how to heal that part of me that was scared, I at least knew, hey, now I know why she's procrastinating. I would talk to that inner part of me, right? Hey, I know you're scared about this whole attorney thing, but that's okay. We're going to take care of it when we pass this bar exam. Let's just go study right now. Or I would think about the weekend where I had the bulk of my study hours planned. I was working full time, taking care of a child sole custody. I would think about the weekend and my heart would start to sink. And it's like, but you have a great time studying. Like studying is your most peaceful time of the weekend. And it's like, why is my heart sinking? It's like, oh, she's just afraid of becoming an attorney and getting embarrassed in court. Oh, all right, all right. And that was it. That's all it took. And I was able to move past that and go study. So I tell you this because I hope that it brings you encouragement and hope that there is a way out of that drudgery feeling. Like you can actually look forward to studying and be hopeful about it. And studying can actually be one of the most peaceful times of your week, right? Once you get your study plan dialed in, and I laid out the methods that I use and I help other people use to dial in their study plan. So it fits them so well that studying is actually a breath of fresh air, right? When your plan fits you that well, studying feels good, okay? Bar Exam Ready is what we use to do that. But with your study plan dialed in, if you're still feeling that procrastination and pumping the brakes on your progress, there's another reason underlying it. And if you can get to that reason too, then you're really home free. Then studying is no longer a chore. You're not forcing yourself to do anything. You're just flowing through your bar prep season. And that is going to add up to success. Because really and truly, all you need to do to pass the bar is study, practice, optimize. And all the plans out there help you do that. So if passing the bar hasn't happened, there's probably something underneath the surface, beyond the academics, in the mind, in the heart, that needs to be addressed. Now, if you find yourself in that situation and you're wondering for you what that factor might be, then I'm going to go ahead and include a link that you could grab your 30 minutes with me. It's called a Confidence Kickstart Call. We'll talk. I'll help you pinpoint exactly what has been going wrong in your bar exam journey. We'll get underneath the surface to what those mindset factors are. And hopefully you will then be able to see that light at the end of the tunnel and be able to address those factors so that you can flow through bar study and get what's coming for you. Your license. Jennifer DeClaire here, Bar Exam Mentor. Talk soon. Bye-bye.